Chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Folks, you remember the day that we took the dog to lunch? Remember we invited the dog to go to lunch? Yeah. And we bought the dog a $12 vegan hamburger. And it was gone in one gulp. Now, Vicky has a friend who has a dog who is 15 years old. Oh, hi, Birdie. Yes, we have taken care of that for you. And the dog was 15 years old, and they went sledding with their children, Vicky's friends, and they also had a dog party, and they got birthday hats, birthday caps for the dogs, couple of those, and then they made the dog special birthday cake. It sounded delicious, and it had a dog biscuit on top of it. And I said to Vicky, did you get a video? No. So we will go back to a chat with, now that we have our dear Vicky to help us, we can go back to the capacity that we used to have that made a chat with Glendora so interesting, the remote. Remember, if anything moved, I would video it. Remember the video we got of the car that was on fire across the road way down, and we could get it on a zoom lens? You remember all those videos we used to bring you? So now Vicky carries a camera, and the camera has a camera. So we can bring that capacity back to you. Everything won't be here at the hard work bench in the Happy House 3. It'll be out on the road. Do you know that you can heal? You know, we wanted to be a healer like Mary Baker Eddy and the Christian Science. We just wanted to heal people. We don't like to see people sick. And we said how we wanted to heal. Well, we can. We can do that, folks. You know why? Because the secret to the healing, I think, is the love. Because love is God, right? And when you love and root for them and pray for them, you heal them. So we can be healers after all. Do you have to live a good moral life? Yes, you do. You cannot lie, steal, and cheat. You cannot be mean. You've got to be vegan. You cannot be cruel to animals. I talked to Jasper Dog over the phone, and he listens to me. And I say, Jasper Dog, don't be afraid. We're going to take care of you, Jasper Dog. We're not going to let go of you. We're going to stay right here with you, and you're going to be okay. And we're going to take care of you. And Madeline says that yesterday Jasper Dog looked so cute. He was all curled up on the couch sleeping, and he was wearing his blue sweater. Madeline, will you get a video of that, please? Well, lots of good things are going on. We celebrated 1 year of blindness yesterday, remember? But we said it was a year of triumph because we didn't give up the TV show, we didn't give up the museum, we didn't give up the Glendora Vegetarian Club, we didn't give up the articles in the newspaper every week about veganism. That it was a real triumph, the year 2000. Well, it started February 7th, the blindness. This is the first day of the new year of blindness. Okay, there was something else I was going to tell you. That's a false alarm. Excuse me. Are 30 telephone calls done? Yes. Yes, the count is 480 telephone calls since the year 2003. We are up to page 441 of the huge volume, We Knew Mary Baker Eddy, and it was about Mary Baker's attempts to control the weather, control the storms. And I believe she stopped that nonsense and just let it be. Reading the about the life of Charles Dickens and how he came to America and how he was so enthusiastically received, but America didn't protect his copyright, didn't give him a copyright, and so the people in America were just doing whatever they want with his writing. That was in Compton's Encyclopedia. We read in the Encyclopedia Britannica about the knee, the structure of the knee. Good Lord. If that doesn't make you worship God, what a great creation a knee is. Victoria is getting published a Chat with Glendora for Hudson, Mid-Hudson TV, and with disclaimers, and West Hartford TV, Jan Evans, and Staten Island TV, Rosemarie Furno, and my friend over there, Patricia Brady. We ordered a calzone, but I think that's bad eating. No more of that. You stick with whole fruits. You stick with peanut butter sandwiches. You stick with chocolate soy milk, fruit juice. You don't need all of those complex and manufactured food. You just, after it's out of the ground. You need manufactured food that comes out of the ground that God manufactures. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how did you treat others. One of our helpers resigned. I must say that let me thank you for all of the time that you did put in and all of the things you did affect and all of the cheer and company that you brought, all of the food that you brought on Thursdays. Thank you. We are grateful. Thank you for a letter of apology, but I send you one. I was wrong. It was my fault. I regret it. I should be punished. I'll have to take the rap. But I will take the blame. It was my fault. I could have added great, wonderful, positive things. Instead, I dumped a negative on it. I am sorry. And I will make good. Thank you, Midwinter. Thank you for all of the good jokes. Thank you for the hymns. Thank you for the Bible passages. Thank you, the pinch hitter, for Wednesday, for coming and make sure that Glendora had a hamburger, vegan, with ketchup on it, and I can't believe it's not butter, and with delicious canned peaches, and with delicious, delicious, delicious homemade banana bread. Again, with I can't believe it's not butter. Thank you, Wayne Collins, for writing the first essay, We Knew Glendora, after the style of We Knew Mary Baker Eddy. Thank you, Jenny, for the uplift. Thank you, Corrine, for the uplift and elevating the thought. Thank you, Chris, at the Center for Independent Living, for trying to enlighten us as much as you could on the trust. I'm going to tell you about the trust and let you form your opinion, folks. This trust fund, they want a startup fee. Does it begin to sound like something to you? And they want so much a month. And they want us to send them, in my case, $1,750 every month. And they want our bills paid out of that $1,750. And then Medicaid will pay all the medical expenses. I believe that's what they said. Does that begin to sound a little strange? Thank you, Gloria, for offering to get Glendora an appointment with your mother's doctor and not make her wait until March the 3rd for Dr. Bowen for the physical, so that we can get home help. We just asked Madeline to call the unemployment office in Hudson, New York, to see, they have people standing around there, kind of looking for work. So offer them a job for today, light housekeeping, light cooking, helping to telephone. They don't have to talk on the phone. Glendora will do that, but she cannot see to dial. On the landline, yes, we have 12 people we can dial, but on the computer phone, we can't see to dial. And light, what else? Light cooking, light housework, and light office work. I think we have the ad that we're going to put into the paper. I think we have it in better shape. Room for rent, $100 per month off the rent in return for light cooking, light housekeeping, light office work, and helping a blind person telephone, and helping a inhibited ambulatory person walk. Female, no smoking, no alcohol, no pets, no hanky-panky, and if you do the job well, another $50 a month will be taken off the rent, leaving you with only $250 to pay per month. Is that it, folks? $30 telephone calls? No, just 20. Well, no, I would say 28. Let it go through and do a couple of extra todays. Let it go through 30, and that makes 530. 72,530 telephone calls since 2003. The couple who had identical twin sons, what did they name them? Pete and Repeat. Why did the inventor cross a microwave oven with a TV set? So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour. My mother told my sister that if My sister came home from school with her friends, and she saw a fallen cake on the kitchen table that she could eat all of it. She and her friends could eat all of it. And that worked out just fine until one day my mother tried the new recipe that became very popular in the 30s. She tried this new recipe called brownies. My sister thought it was a fallen cake. Cake pan was empty. Well now folks, how are you today? We have some leaks in our ship. Our ship is in danger of foundering. Gary J. left two holes in it. Sandy left two holes in it, so that's four. And Darlene left two holes in it. That's six. And poor Esther can't come because somebody in her school, this class of her school children, closed them down because of the virus. So that's seven. Can we stay afloat? Should we get out the lifeboats? We have to stay afloat. We're the voice on television. When all is said and done, the only thing that really matters is how you treat people. People can't go on treating each other the way they're doing now. We have to bring them over to peace and happiness and joy and attainment. We are a splendid universe. You notice we don't say we have a splendid universe, because that brings in the idea of little separations of dots. We're little dots. We have, but we're not. We're just all one. And look at the great job we've done on this universe. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it grand? What the difference between life and no life? What a difference to make life. What a grand job we have done. All of us together, working. Billions of creations. Billions of years making them. That's billions times billions. What day is it? February 8, 10, 12. Friday the 12th. Second week of February. Lincoln's birthday. Thank you for that example. So I was going to tell you about Albany Med. I told you the back end of Albany Med yesterday, and then it occurred to me I didn't refresh in your mind the front end. The last week of November, that week, there was an intense pain in the abdomen. So we tried a laxative, and there were 10 bowel movements, so we knew it wasn't that. And we tried hot tea, and had 84 burps, so we knew it wasn't that. And something else we tried. Oh, we knew it wasn't the appendix because it was more toward the left side than the right side. Then we just couldn't make the pain go away, and it was excruciating with every move. And Pat stayed with Glendora all day Saturday. She kept the vigil all day long. I said, Pat, how can you do this? Glendora, I'm your friend, and I'm not going to leave you alone. So let's see if it's better tomorrow, Pat, Sunday. That says somebody leaving something on Facebook, I think. The harmonica. Sunday morning, the pain was as bad or maybe worse. So Glennie called Madeline. I said, Madeline, let's go to Albany. Let's go to the emergency room. She says, right away, we're going to Albany Med. Well, we went there and we were there from noon to midnight, you remember? And we made a video of it, and Glendora is lying on the stretcher, and all these ultrasounds and CAT scans. But she still has on her pink fedora, and she still has on the pink tie and the pink velour jacket. Yeah, it was pretty funny. And so Madeline took a photo and put it on the internet, and I believe it's had over 100 views. And it turned out to be a cyst on the ovary, but a cyst with liquid in it, and they are not threatening. Well, Glendora said she wanted a pain reducer to take away the pain, and the doctor said Tylenol and Motrin. So we came home, folks, still with the pain and no painkiller. And then in 2-3 weeks, we get a bill from Albany Med for $10,500. I kid you not. $10,500. So we can't let that lie around and get worse. So a couple of us got together and we found out who the chief executive officer of Albany Med is. It's Dr. McKenna. He's the CEO. And we wrote to him and we said, do we really have to pay this bill? I was there from noon to midnight. I came there with a pain in my abdomen, and I left with a pain in my abdomen, and I came there for a painkiller, and I left with the word Tylenol and Motrin. Do you really think this is worth $10,500? And then I said, however, in good faith, I'm enclosing the first $200 of this, and I put in a check for $200, and then I told him a joke. What joke would it be? Probably about the doctor said to the patient, you take one of these pills every day, you walk a mile a day, and at the end of the month you call me on the phone. And at the end of the month the patient called on the phone and says, hey doc, what do I do now? I'm out of pills and 30 miles from home. Nothing was heard. So the next weekend, I think it was Sandy and I who wrote the first letter. And Sandy really enjoyed that joke. And so the second week we wrote another letter, repeating pretty much what we said in the first, and saying, however, we want to be in good faith, here's another $200, equals $400 total. And so it went with Esther and Glendora on the third week. We wrote the third one. Oh, what was that joke? Doctor, there's nothing I can do for your disease. It's hereditary. Patient, then send the bill to my dad. So the third week, we did the same thing we include another $200 in third week, so no, $250, because I wanted to round it off. It was $1,750. I wanted it all zeros up there. And that joke was You had a close call there, patient. It was only your strong constitution that pulled you through. Patient, would you remember that when you make out the bill? And so now we've sent $650. And the fourth week, which a couple weeks ago, by now it's November, December, January, we're into February. And we sent another $200, so that made it $850, leaving only a balance for Glendora to pay of $900. And in the meantime, Medicaid took me under their arm and paid Albany Med $8,000. So you see the $8,000 and the $1,700, they add up to $10,005. What was that joke? It was the cheerleading of the medical college at the football game. The medical college had their own cheerleaders. Well, what was their cheer? Hypodermic. What's that mean? Stick it to them. Well, in the middle of the week, a letter came from them, whether they received the fourth letter or not, and it said that they had reviewed it very, very carefully, and they'd gone before this committee and that committee and that committee, and Medicaid is paying the $8,000, so Glendora doesn't have to pay. What? Yeah. What a blessing. Thank you. That's it, huh? That's it, folks. Albany Med says Glendora doesn't have to pay that $1,750. Can you imagine that? Thank you, blessing. We are all a great universe. All of us together are a great universe. No, Bertie. Bertie, cheer up. We don't have to pay $1,715. You cheer up, okay, Bertie? I'll feed you. Bertie is saying it's 9 o'clock on February 12th, Lincoln's birthday. Okay, ... dash. That's the end of that paragraph.